What is up, guys? Today we are looking at an Agent 1 Spectre replay. We are going to see what this guy can do better. This is post-patch, so you're starting the mango build. It's not really a thing anymore when they nerfed mangoes. So, like, I don't think it's bad. It's just, like, not what high MMR players are doing anymore. So if we look at Dota 2 Pro Tracker in the starting items... I mean, two people tried it. Jenkins did once, and I don't know who this guy is. But, like, it's just not very common anymore, right? The stats is, like, the more common thing. Stick if you need it. Otherwise, stats. I don't think it's terrible, but it's just not as common, just in case you didn't know that. You're probably against... You might be against a Viper, which would suck. You could be against Viper or Doom, and then probably Techie. So it's going to be a very hard lane for you, I would anticipate. You're going to want a lot of sustain. In that sense, the Mangoes does somewhat answer that, so that could be kind of a unique way, like, while this isn't common, like, doing it against a high harass lane could make it good, so there's that. So maybe this will work out fine. We'll see. So when a hero like Doom uses his Scorched Earth, it's going to shove it into your tower. And to me, this is like kind of the green light to just don't be afraid to just tower aggro or defensive aggro away from him, even if it goes into your tower. Like, normally we wouldn't want to do that, but like you and Rubik are a very weak lane. Hopefully you agree. And when you have a really, really weak lane against what they're doing, the goal should be to like kind of have there be like chaos. Ideally, like, there's some pulls that are happening. Because these guys are going to harass you down no matter what. Especially this guy gets a point in Infernal Blade before level, like, 4. You're going to be spammed by the techies. This guy's going to be harassing you passively with Scorched Earth, maybe Infernal Blade, casual right clicks, and this techies is going to be hitting you and sticky bombing you, and there's really nothing you can do about that. So the best thing you can do is just secure what CS you can using really heavy defensive aggro. Don't be afraid to, like, shove it up here. Like, ideally, it doesn't get staticked outside their tower. But on this first wave here, right, this Doom is, like, they're just fucking with you. And you can't really prevent this other than by defensive aggroing. So, like, here, like, you immediately... Like, this guy hit you and turned on his Sorcerer. So you immediately do not want to, like, trade with this guy. And then Techies is also here. So you have to, like, walk away. Maybe this dagger was supposed to hit this creep, and you just kind of messed it up. But... kind of missed that. Forced off the CS. You're taking a ton of damage. And we can just defensive aggro more here, so this techies can't hit us while this is happening. I mean, he's getting some hits, but like here, defensive aggro these again, further back, so this techies cannot hit us. Right, the techies has to walk in tower range. That's not going to be good for him. So just like, especially in these really weak lanes, if that's what you need to do to secure CS on the first wave, then do it. And it's okay. I would be looking to get a stick and more tangos pretty much immediately in this lane, because you're going to need it, and this techies is going to be spamming spells. So we'll see what you buy. Yeah, I mean, so these creeps are under your tower anyways. So just defensive aggro them more, like back here. So this techies can't do this. It's hard to last hit, because you're a Spectre and it's under tower, so there's only so much you can do. Your Rubik just griefed both of your range creeps, also nothing you can do. What did you buy? It's very, very important, actually, what you're buying here. Perfect. This is exactly what I would want to see, honestly. Nice items here. That's exactly what you need to, like, respond to, like, what's happening in the lane. Got a range creep deny. That's kind of okay. Ideally, tell your Rubik in this situation to just save his Fable and get every range creep. I mean, if he doesn't do it, so be it, but he's, like, just sitting here at full mana anyways. The one Fable he did throw, like, griefed the range creeps. So if you just say, like, hey, I don't mind if you take every range creep with Fade Bolt. That will be a net positive for your lane, and then you won't have to, like, go out of position trying to get these range creeps. So don't be afraid to do that, and, like, be proactive about telling them, because your supports aren't going to know to do that at this MMR. Even though it's ancient, like, your supports are not going to be good about securing range creeps for you unless you tell them. Unfortunately, kind of some bad CSing there, but... You know, maybe it's mental. You're in a high-pressure lane. Good defensive aggro here. Yeah, I could have done it again a little earlier there to prevent the Doom from walking at you. You're doing it good here. This is good here. And, like, maybe you're more willing to do it now because it's not into your tower, but I'm just letting you know that, like, early on, don't be too afraid if it's, like, into your tower. That also goes double for lanes where they're going to casually push the wave. Like these like Necros, Dooms, I don't know, these like Bristles, these heroes that just naturally shove the wave into you no matter what you do. Don't be afraid of defensive aggro into tower to like secure those CS. So yeah, I would defensive aggro here more. You put a little pressure on the Doom and got the range creep, that's fine. Yeah, defensive aggro here. It's fine. Defensive aggro more. Yeah, so like whether or not you should defensive aggro is just dependent on whether this Doom is walking up or not. So like this Doom's not walking up, it's fine that you didn't defensive aggro here. I would dagger for this range creep, by the way. Don't worry about doing it. And then here, when the Doom walks up, just defensive aggro. Like 2 more times. Like don't let this happen if he's here. If he's up here doing something else, like it doesn't matter. But if he's here in your face, don't try and contest him because he hits for 70 and we hit for 55. Yeah, we have Quelling Blade, but like still, it's not gonna go well for us on average, especially if Techies is trying to help him. Getting some denies, nice double dagger at least. Oh yeah, got. Yeah, we don't really want to be looking to take this trade, at least not like all in like how we did here. Like he's turned on his Scorched Earth. Again, we just want to like defensive aggro, and like get away from this guy. Like this is not that good of a like it's sort of a good trade for you, except that he's got Scorched Earth on. So like, you know, if you wanted to throw out the dagger and hit 2 heroes, great. But just like walk away when you're like taking Scorched Earth. Like this guy's probably got level 2 Scorched Earth. You just assume he's got level 2 Scorched Earth. He just does too much damage. Probably would have taken an extra point in Dispersion here just to like mitigate some of the damage. Like you don't need to try and be aggressive. You're with a Rubik, right? Double points in dagger says I want to like get a kill, but you're in a lane where you shouldn't be looking for kills. You should just be looking to safely secure all the CS you can. So, you know, we're doing okay. So you're going Stick, Band of Elven Skin. That's reasonable to me to help you last hit against the Doom pressure. Is this yourself? You need more regen here. You can't come back to lane with only 1 tango. Yeah, this is, you're griefing yourself here. You need to buy these extra tangos, especially because you have the gold. You need to come back to lane with more than 1 tango. Because they're just going to chip you down again. This is their whole game plan. It's like constantly harass you, you get low, and they force you to like kind of try and trade out, and you die, and you need to like not be staying low. So we'll see how this works out, but I have a feeling that you are going to want some more regen very soon, and you're not going to have it. And I honestly, as like a carry or even like an offlaner, like any core side laner these days, like I don't think, like you just have to buy the regen you need. Unless your position 5 is feeding you tangos, and this guy has no tangos, so that's not what he's doing. He's got a headdress, but like it's like whatever. He's not even next to you all the time, and it's just not going to be enough with like how much damage these guys are going to put out on you. So like if you can get your, oops, I hate the next highlight button so much. Oh my gosh. So if you can get your support to like feed your tangos, like cool, great. If not, oh, looks like you bought some more. That's nice. All right, this is about where we were. Sorry about the skip ahead. So it looks like you do fly yourself out some more tangos, which is good. I just would have bought them before coming to lane. Okay, so it's now. So at least you're, I like that you're at least buying them. You just want to preempt needing them by buying them before you come out, because like if I'm an immortal player and I kill the Spectre and I'm either of these heroes and then I see you TP back to lane and you have 1 tango, I'm like immediately gonna go all in on you as soon as I can and do like 2/3 of your HP, and then you're gonna like, your life's gonna suck. These guys didn't really punish you. They've just been doing the kind of same light harass. Oh my god, I did it again. But like better players will like literally see that you came back to lane with 1 tango and then punish you for it. So really like that you did buy the second set of tangos to kind of recognize what was happening and that you did need more regen. Like good heads up play there. That's honestly about what I would expect from Ancient. Well, actually that's a little bit better than Ancient, honestly. Like most people, it's kind of like a divine level adjustment. So good job, good job. Buying more tangos at all is like good. Okay, so we have boots. I like the boots. More tangos is good. Yeah, we're going treads. I like that you're going treads because you might have to like just leave this lane in jungle, and treads are going to kind of be the best item to help you do that. Yeah, even here, Like, you can, like, defensive aggro here. Like, granted, you don't see them right this exact second, but just, like, they're probably right here, and if you can get these creeps to, like, get further under your tower so you can see us more safely, then we're not going to lose as much HP. Yeah, because now we want to CS these range creeps, but we can't, and Doom's pressuring us. Now we're missing some of them. Okay, so they're all-inning you with this Viper rotation. Necro rotated. Alright, cool. That was pretty good, honestly. I like your reaction there. And, like, the only difference I could, like, possibly say is that, like, if you had flown your tangos out earlier and not been as low as you were to start, you would have even been at less chance of dying. But otherwise, like, well played overall. It's gonna be in a tough spot here. Kicked out of lane early. Your skill build has gone back to good. I just would have gone 102 based on, like, the high harass lane. Definitely use your mana here. Yeah, there you go. Did you tread switch for that? It's hard to tell on, like, really high speed. No, you didn't. Just try and get in the habit of tread switching, especially when, like, all you're doing is jungling. Like, you literally have nothing else you have to think about. Well, not literally, but there's not a lot else you need to think about. So look to tread switch when you're jungling and, like, using mana to jungle. Oh, very nice. You doomed somebody else. That's cool. All right. I don't mind this coming back to lane with the Pudge here. That's good. So I want to see you. So in this situation, well, let's see what you do. And then I'll say what I was going to say. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. I was going to say, with this Doom dead, you want to kill this next creep wave as fast as possible, and that's basically what you did, which is good job. The only thing I would do differently is kill the range creep first, because, like, if that's the last one left by the time Doom gets back, you're, like, not going to want to walk to go get it. But if you can kill it before Doom gets here, and then there's only these three creeps, not ignoring the catapult, and then, like, if you need to, you can defensive aggro them backwards, or you just right-click them down like you did. And if Doom gives back and there's one range creep, you can, like, kind of still secure that by defensive aggroing it backwards, versus if it's just the one range creep, you can't, so. I have a really bad habit of hitting the next highlight button on accident. So yeah, you're auto-attacking the wave down here pretty much as fast as you can, so I like that. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so Doom comes back, your DP shows up. Not a lot of action going on here. Okay. Cleared that really fast. I like to see that. That's really good. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to be here right now. Yeah, so in this situation, like you've been doing pretty good so far in terms of, like, being in lane or leaving lane. And then this is kind of your first big mistake in this aspect. So, like, why should you not come back to lane here? Well, you just had a bunch of allies in your lane, so the odds that they're all going to come back right now is really low. Like, your DP just ulted down here, so that, like, the odds that she's going to want to come and help is pretty low. Also, Doom probably has Doom coming up soon, and they've got a Meteor Hammer, and they have dive potential. Even if he didn't have Doom, they have dive potential, and this just isn't where you want to be, right? You want to be hitting creeps uncontested, not being bothered. So, like, the instant that you stay near this tower with these heroes still here, like, you see this Doom here, you're just setting yourself up. Even if they don't kill you, you're setting yourself up to hit no creeps for the next, like, 45 seconds. And which is just, like, a bad decision. So, in this situation, right, if you didn't feel safe to continue clearing this big camp, I just need you to walk away into the jungle. And just kind of recognize that, like, this tower is eventually going to fall. It's already 12 minutes. They're getting stronger, and your team was just here, right? And you can't hold this. You can't hold this tower forever. So, I don't know. I don't know if you, like, thought your team was going to come. I mean, I guess you did have two heroes come, but nothing at this phase in the game is worth dying for as carry. Like, it's just not. Unless you're literally trading, like, 3 or 4 for 1, and you're the one that dies. Unless that's what's happening, it's not worth you dying. There's just no. It's just not. Your farm is too important. So you're going Blade Mail. That's fine. It'll be good against the Drow, the Viper. It's pretty good against all the heroes, actually. And it's a decent Spectre item, of course. Okay, so you haunt into this fight and you die. That's no bueno. So what are you looking at when this happens? These are very important decisions. So your supports are in the jungle. There's a lot of heroes showing on the mini-map. Yeah. This is just incredibly risky because, like, your support duo is not that strong, and there's, like, a bunch of heroes for them here. Like, if you were coming in to, like, get an easy kill and get out, I wouldn't mind, but this was not really a for sure thing, and neither of your other cores were here backing you up. So, just not really worth. Tough, honestly, because it, like, I don't know, maybe you thought it looked okay, but remember, there's just nothing that's worth you dying. Like, you have to be willing to assist, like what BSJ's been telling a lot of his students recently, that I'll pass on to you at budget prices, is cautiously assist. Like, if you want to haunt and sort of help out, you can, but, like, you cannot die here. Like, this has to be, like, the most low-commit haunt of your life, and you just have to, like, hope your supports can whittle them down. You know, granted, your Rubik's playing, like, Garbo. He stole a spell from a creep? Is that even possible? I mean, yeah, your Rubik's hasn't even got his spells off. Like, you can't be coming in unless you're cleaning up here. You gotta cautiously assist. And just not worth participating in these kinds of engagements if you're at any risk of dying. Like, low commit, throw dagger from far away, fine. Haunt and, like, not jaunt in unless you're, like, for sure not going to die, fine. But, like, if you're at any risk of dying, like, you just can't. And your other cores weren't there, right? So that shouldn't have been, like, high pressure from you to feel like you needed to do anything. Because Spectre does not really make plays alone. Not alone, like, your supports were there, but, like, this is not what Spectre wants to do. Okay, so we're Blade Mail rotation, we're hitting up the creeps. Okay, so we farm the wave. What you can consider doing is flying out a salve there. Or not flying out a salve, but like buying a salve when you respawn if you know you're gonna... I don't know if you know that was stacked, so if you didn't, that's fine. But if you're gonna do like a big ancient stack as Spectre, or any hero that like kind of doesn't farm stacks that well, like maybe a Faceless Void earlier or whatever, like you can be okay with buying a salve there. It helps you stay on the map instead of going back to base again. Okay, so we see a bunch of heroes mid. We just showed bottom. Okay, so we're not going to keep farming the creep wave. I like to see that. Playing cautiously here. This is like all okay. We're going Aghanims next, and we get ganked. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a long time. I can see why you're dangerous. I mean, you were like under a ward here. Yeah, I don't blame you too much for that. What I'll say about that, and I wasn't even going to mention this, but you did end up dying because of it, so I'll mention it, is that I don't think most high-level players will TP bottom here. Your TP is so important to have up as carry. If you don't have a TP, your options are so narrow, and the game can feel bad really fast, even if you just get unlucky. Like, the opponent doesn't have to be good, they just have to be lucky. And if they're good, then it's even worse, because it'll be more consistent. But you TPing bottom here means that you're stuck bottom forever, right? And we don't want to be stuck bottom forever. So I think what high MMR players will do is they will walk bottom here. They'll walk bottom here, this wave's going to be pushing in, right? They'll meet it like here. They'll clean up the wave, see what's happening on the map, maybe farm like a couple camps here, and then when they don't see anybody like you, they either bounce or they like hide and they can like TP away. And you just didn't have that option. So we farm bottom, and we're kind of far out when we farm bottom, and this leads us to start our farming pattern far out. I mean, this is dangerous in and of itself. Like, showing here on this creep wave is dangerous. That's like if their drow was just farming this creep wave right here. Like, I want you to imagine their drow farming this creep wave right here. Isn't that like, she can't be there, right? That's what you're doing. You're not quite as killable as a drow, but you basically are at this phase of the game. So, like, they saw you. I mean, you see them right now, but then we, like, lose vision of them forever. And I don't know if they paid attention to the fact that you didn't have a TP up. But maybe they did, right? No, Drow's coming down here. We just don't see anybody. Also, just based on the map, we saw Drow here. We see creep waves, like, hitting their mid and nobody's reacting. We saw one hero top, so it's like, what are they doing? If they're not clearing mid right now, like, what are they actually doing with Techi's Viper Jakiro? You know what I mean? So maybe a little map awareness could have helped you out as well. And, you know, I don't blame you for not expecting them to have, or for like, not knowing they had a ward here, because, like, you were clearly on a reward. They, like, saw you. They initiated on you from, like, out of vision. But, so yeah, I think that was a little with the TP situation. If you're not TP'd, and then a little bit of map awareness. Okay, so you TP here. Yeah, I don't know if I love you TPing here. It's not quite as bad as it was last time, because the Ancients isn't quite as dangerous as bottom. We're kind of clearing mid safely, which is okay. If you're trying to tell your Rubik to go play bottom or something. Let's watch how this haunt develops. So they killed the Doom. This is a little dangerous clearing this creep wave. I mean, you know the Doom is bottom, but, like, we don't see anybody else in their team. So, like, sitting here with no vision of, like, where they are. Like, you could just die again to, like, Viper Techies Jakiro. 100%. So a little risky to clear that creep wave where you did. Luckily, they weren't going on you. And you just haunt immediately when you see them. Maybe you guys were talking over Team's chat about wanting to take this fight if they were here. Not too bad. In terms of target priority, I think you want to go on Spectre here, though. Hold on, let's just watch again. Kind of low mana, unfortunately, too. So we haunt. I mean, I guess you don't want to go on the draft, because she's like, you'd be way separated from your team. They could, like, just turn around and kill you. So I guess coming in here is fine. But, like, I don't want to hit the Viper in this situation. I don't know if you know what I mean, but, like, hitting the techies and making sure he dies, fine. Then after that, I'm either running with this Drow or I'm running away, and there's no other option. It's either I think this Drow's dying and we're going to kill her, or this Drow's not dying, in which case this fight is over. You know what I mean? And I don't know how this ends, but I just want you to see that, right? In terms of these team fight decisions. Either this Drow is dying, or this Drow and Viper are killing all of you. That's what's going to happen here. And that's just the nature of, like, you've kind of used everything. You're low mana. I don't know, your supports are full HP, full mana, but it doesn't feel like they have a lot left to give. This Rubik's, like, stolen some spells already. Alright, so we kind of back off. Which is reasonable. Your Rubik's still trying to make something happen. That's kind of a psycho thing, so. Okay, so we backed off a bit. It's reasonable to me. Reasonable way to end the fight. Probably look to fly out of clarity. Are you flying out anything? You are. I guess let's see what it is. I would not be farming this wave here continuously. This is nuts. Okay, so you did fly out of clarity. Nice. Staying in this lane and continuing to, like, be here is nuts, dude. It's nuts. You guys are not strong. You don't have haunt. Neither of your other cores can connect you because there's no tower here. So they could easily just bring all 5 heroes and stomp you guys for still being here. And it would totally be worth it because the carry's down here. Like, you can't farm this wave, dude. I think you're kind of getting baited by the fact that your teammates are here. Because, like, if your supports weren't here, would you farm this wave? Like, I hope not. And I hope you know that your support standing here does not prevent them from bringing 5 heroes and killing you. So, like, they might as well not be here. In which case, you're psycho to be farming this wave even though they are here. That's all I have to say about that. And then walking up to this tower. Like, I don't know what you guys think you're doing here. Like, you're not pushing a tower. Like, I want you to be farming back this way and farming these camps, dude. Like, you don't have an item. You don't have haunt. You're just hanging around at low mana, half HP for no reason. So they do bring all their heroes. You luckily get out. That was just really low skill from all of you. Like, I don't know what all three of you, any of the 3 of you should have been like, guys, what are we doing here? We need to leave. You definitely should not have been there because you're the carry. You're, like, the one that can't die no matter what. It's kind of psycho play. Almost got our Ags. Walking in a base for once. It's nice. Your Necro's kind of farming our Ancients. What can you do? DP's kind of feeding top. What can you do? So we're going to farm bottom away from where we saw their team. We're not going to go to the wave. I think that's reasonable. We really want to get our item here. We're really close. Our Pudge died top? Sorry, Pudge died top. We've got our item coming out. So yeah, this phase, I just want my team to group up and like play off my global abilities. And if they don't, there's nothing you can do other than ask them to. Kind of casually using your... Nice. Okay. That's reasonable to me. Your Rubik's not here, but you know, otherwise, I think what you're doing is fine. So you're going Manta next. I think Manta's fine. I think in a game like this, you could consider something like straight Scotty. Like, Manta is really, really, really good on Spectre. But also, like, unless Pudge gets like off a sicko hook, you're gonna have Drow problems. So if you can just be a huge problem to Drow, it could be worth skipping Manta. I'm not 100% sure on this. I don't mind the Manta. I'm just throwing that out. It's like, that's a thought I've had, is sometimes I like go this Manta, but it doesn't feel like the Manta does enough for me against certain heroes on their team. So, what's happening here? Aren't you here? Just want to see what happens. You haunted. Okay, you haunted, got the Doom, and then you TP'd out. I get it. You're just watching. Okay, that's reasonable to me. That was like pretty low commit from you. You guys have Drow problems, unfortunately. Okay, so you walk all the way top. I actually really like that you walked out like this. This is really high skill. I don't think I would have walked backwards yet, though. Like, you're here. I guess we see Jakiro top. I'm just scared to walk into my own triangle right now. Because besides the fact that Jakiro's top, the last time... Okay, the Doom had died. The last time I saw Drow, Viper, Techies was mid right here. Okay, they're all actually standing here on top of each other. I do not want to walk towards these heroes. Especially when you have Shadow Step up. Like, what I want to do is I want to, like, farm camps off map. And, like, wait to see where they go. And then if they go missing and I'm scared, I, like, TP away. If you're walking towards them, you're just putting yourself at risk. Okay, I guess we saw Techies and Viper. Okay, I didn't notice we saw Techies and Viper on the minimap, so I guess what you did is fine. If we hadn't seen them, though, I would not really have liked walking towards your own triangle there. Because if I was at Drow, Viper, Techies, I would probably walked into the triangle, not done what they did, but I guess that's fine. Because we saw them. It's a nice neutral item. Honestly, Mindbreaker is really good, but it's really good mostly for killing supports if you're like owning, which I guess you guys aren't really owning, so I don't mind you grabbing this one instead for more survivability. This is really awkward and it's not your fault. But I just want you to point. I just want to point this out, and then, you know, there's not so much you can do, because basically the only thing you can do here is ask your team to group up because they have all their ultimates and you have your ultimate. Like, it's really awkward because you're farming on top of each other with all your ultimates up. You need your team to go do shit right now. But if they don't, there's nothing you can do about it, so... Yeah, enemy takes free Roche because you're all just, like, jungling for no reason. Again, not your fault. Your Necro and DP have all their ults and just want to jungle. What can you do? Nice use of the Shadow Step. Got the Haunt coming out. Very nice. Very cool. Well played. You guys just baited them into feeling like they were strong. I see, I see, I see. Okay, so we ended up bottom. Our team's not here. We have Shadow Step soon. We're going Scotty now. Or DPS bots, I see. Okay. Did a little Shadow Step play, didn't work. Haunting. Oh, we died. What is happening? This weird camera open here. So you want a fight to happen. You're with your team. You guys think you can catch them, and you haunt for vision. I don't really mind this. I think your execution is just weird. The key to this fight is that your Necro is not actually here yet. So, like, if you're haunting for vision and seeing this, Like, I think your only good options are to finish killing this techies. I'm not really sure where you, like, manted on him and then walked away. It's, like, kind of a weird use of, like, the manta. Or, like, you can go on this drow. She's Shadowbladed right now? Or she's Shadowbladed right now, so can't really go on the drow. But that would be the other option, is, like, connect with your Necro on, like, the person that's alone up here. Because you're just, like, out in front of your team here. And you go on this Viper, and stand-in is... You're broken right now, so you're taking full damage. Yeah, then you just die. Solo to this Viper. Yeah, I think that was just poor execution from you. Not really, like, a bad plan. And then, yeah, your Necro is kind of like... Yeah, I mean, this fight's just not going to be good without you. So, kind of just bad execution there of, like, putting yourself in front before your, like, Necro and your DP are, like, engaged in the fight. You know what I mean? And these are just kind of the mistakes where, you know, you'll just lose the game off this. Even though everything's been going, like, kind of fine. Good enough up till now. A game-losing mistake here. Not game-losing, but, like, now this game is really, really hard. Because you're going to lose all your map control. They're going to have map control for the next Roshan. It'll be a little hard to contest that. So their lineup, I think, scales a little bit better than yours. Alright, let's pay more attention. So you walk top, but your team's trying to defend bottom. You shadow step in. But this is without Exo. I don't understand why you guys think you can defend this tower. You're down a hero, you have no Exo, you also have no Haunt. This is just shadow step. Like, why do you think you can defend this tower right now? They're all alive with 5 heroes. I don't even understand how this is working at all. Oh, because their Doom wasn't here. I was like, how are you guys not just getting stomped right now? Okay. Yeah, really weird choice to, like, try and defend that tower, in my opinion. Wow, I guess it's just working because they're, like, not playing as 5. Okay. Well, that's kind of lucky in my opinion. I don't know why you thought you could defend that tower. Maybe you knew Doom wasn't there. I'm not gonna go back and check. I guess if you knew Doom wasn't there, it's like sort of okay, but like I don't know. They were just there with 5 heroes. I was just like that would just snowball the game for them. I don't really like manting to hit towers for Spectre. Like your right clicks do so little to like towers. Buildings that like your Manta Lucian's right clicks also aren't going to do much. It's just better to like have the Manta for something else. So they have 3 dead, which is why you're hitting it. But notice your damage is just hella low. Okay, they respawn on techies and then Doom buys. The Pudge kind of baits your team here by like going on them. Yeah, that was the case. I think you guys got baited by the Pudge. Did he, like, blink in the exact same time that this Doom bought back, or what? Because the Doom buys here. Yeah, he, like, blinks in right after the Doom buys back, and you just have to respect the buyback here. You just have to know that you're only pushing because they're dead, and if they were to buy back, you would need to get out fast as fuck. Like, you cannot stay here if they buy back. This is only a play, like pushing high ground with no Roche, with no Exo. This is only a play because they had 3 heroes dead. And as soon as they don't have 3 heroes dead, even if they hadn't bought back Doom, even if the techies had just respawned at that point, I'm like pretty leaning towards leaving already. Like I don't want to get caught by this like techies drow Jakiro slows. Maybe it's hard to get out while they're like respawning even if they don't buy. Not really a fan. This is a total bait. Like your Pudge is a moron. And you guys pay the price. And you just have to know that you're only pushing because they're dead, and you have to ignore that your like shitty teammate like jumped in when they bought back. And just let him die. And just be like, it's fine. Because forcing that buy and they don't get you is like pretty good, honestly. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here because this game's going on a long time and we've already been going for a while. So a lot for you to work on, even in what we've seen. Overall, though, you're playing pretty well, but kind of a lot of not a lot, but like enough like small things are like adding up over the course of the game to like make it feel like not in your control. And if we can like improve some of these like smaller decisions, like that death that you had bottom hanging around this tower at 12 minutes, these like TPs when you TP'd bottom and it didn't really have a TP and then they caught you jungling because we were like kind of in this area for too long after you'd farmed this group wave here. We can kind of like improve these things, then you will see some improvement. You are playing pretty well. You did pretty good on the itemization, especially in lane. I thought that was really nice. You can defensive aggro more in lanes. But otherwise, nice job, dude. Hopefully you do start to see improvement. You said you had been seeing some improvement. So yeah, man, hope you start ranking up soon. Hey, quick outro. You can like, comment, subscribe, or not. It's like whatever. I do keep going because I see that like people subscribe and are interested. So if you liked what I did and you want me to keep doing it, let me know. I kind of just do this as a hobby though. I don't make hardly any money on it. So not a huge deal if you don't want to. If you want some coaching, I do coaching, 7K MMR, and I will individually coach you. I've had a lot of success with past students, I think. And, I don't charge as much as some other people do. So see the Discord link in the video description if you are interested in the coaching. Full disclosure, right now, at the time of this recording, it's $20 for a replay analysis, where I look at your video, or I look at your replay, make a video, and then send you the YouTube video with a link to my replay analysis. And then $40 for 2 replays, so it's kind of $20 per replay. But if you pay $40, you get live time with me. We'll go over 2 replays, you can ask questions, etc., etc. So, yeah, check out the link in the Discord if you're interested in that. Otherwise, catch you later.